I spent my 21st birthday with dozens of friends that I made while studying abroad in London. I actually celebrated it in downtown London. And even though the 21st birthday in the UK doesn't mean anything because everyone's drinking by the time they're 18 legally anyway, we went out and celebrated the classic 21st birthday. I even wore a sombrero that said it was my 21st birthday, and I was drinking all the shots, all the beers, all the wine, all the things. And yeah, of course, I threw up and had the worst hangover the next day. Thank God I had all of my friends with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you getting me home safe. But now, almost 15 years later, I just turned 35, and this is my second year in a row not drinking for my birthday. And today, I'm going to share with you the 3 reasons why I no longer drink to celebrate my birthday, and then I'm going to share with you what I did this year instead. Now, society has programmed us to drink on our birthdays because once you hit 21 years of age in the United States, or once you hit 18 years of age in Europe, and there's different drinking ages throughout the world, but once you hit a specific year of age, you can drink legally. So what do most of us end up doing? We end up drinking for that birthday. We celebrate the fact that it's no longer illegal for us to drink. That's what I did back in London, and that's what I continue to do every single year until the last couple of years. So it is society that is causing us to do this. But while this has become a societal norm, doesn't mean you have to live by society's rules. Here's the first reason why I no longer drink on my birthday. Alcohol drops my mood. On my birthday, this may be the most significant reason in the moment why I don't drink on my birthday. I want to celebrate. I don't want to be depressed. On the mood scale, down here is depression. If you're listening to this as a podcast, I just drew the mood scale on the board once again. Depression's at the bottom, joy is on the top. I want to spend my birthday as close to joy as possible, not in depression. And I want to spend the first day of the next year of my life as close to joy as possible, not in depression. When I have alcohol in my system, even a little bit, and maybe you're different, but for me, even when I have a little bit, half a beer, it drops my mood. I need to do all sorts of things to bring myself up this scale towards joy. So I have to double down, triple down, quadruple down on things to bring my mood up if I put alcohol in my system. So this reason alone is enough for me to not want to drink on my birthday because I want to be happy. I want to celebrate my birthday. I want to have a good time. I want to do something good for my body on my birthday. Now, if you want to learn why alcohol actually causes a mood drop for us, I have other videos on my YouTube channel that you can check out. But basically, the simplest concept is alcohol initially creates dopamine and then it creates a crash. So you may have a little bit of a high, but then you have a crash. And when you have the crash, that's when your blood sugar drops, you start feeling really bad. At least that's what happens for me. Now, reason number 2 that I didn't drink alcohol this year for my birthday is something I actually figured out for the first time this year, is alcohol plus birthday food equals miserable. If you're like me, then on your birthday, you give yourself leeway for your diet. So that means I was eating a little bit of fast food with Culver's. It means I was eating a lot of pie. My birthday's also sometimes on Thanksgiving and near Thanksgiving every single year. So I ate a lot of pie, a lot of whipped cream, a lot of food. Well, when you increase your caloric intake with food, and then you also drink a bunch of alcohol, you're not going to feel very good. Remember, on my birthday this year, which was just a couple days ago, I was already overeating, and I said to myself, thank God I'm not drinking alcohol. Because if I was drinking alcohol, I'd be way too stuffed, and alcohol causes you to want and crave even more carbs and unhealthy food. This is why ever since that faithful night in London where I went out drinking and eating a bunch of bagels and all these other things, I realized that whenever I would celebrate with food and drink, I would always overeat and feel terrible by the end of the night because I had way too many calories in my system. And this is something I'm just so grateful for because I was able to eat all this amazing birthday food and I felt good before bed. I slept just fine. I was able to eat all this birthday food without my tummy hurting. And reason number 3 is really a catch-all reason so that this video doesn't go on forever, is alcohol makes me not at my best. What does this mean? This means that my HRV drops. I have a whole video about HRV, also known as heart rate variability. My endurance decreases. This means that I'm not at my best working out. I love working out. I want to work out on my birthday. I want to work out the day after my birthday. I want to work out the day after my birthday. If I drink, it really decreases that. Worse decision making on my birthday and for a couple of days after. Less motivation to do things, do fun things. Can't just get in the car and be DD for my friends. I can't just get in the car and go support my fiance, my family, anyone who needs me. I can't show up for anyone who needs me. I want to be at my best on my birthday, and whatever causes me not to be, I don't want it to be a part of my birthday. So Johnny, you didn't drink. What did you do instead to celebrate your birthday? Well, for years, I've had this vision of like, what would the opposite be of drinking on my birthday, of celebrating with alcohol on my birthday? What would the opposite be? Well, this year, I experienced the exact opposite, and my fiance empowered this to happen. She planned a trip with a couple of my best friends that empowered exactly what I'm going to share with you right now. It empowered me to have a rejuvenating birthday. The opposite of putting alcohol in my system and not being at my best is to do activities that make me at my best. So I actually kicked off my birthday with a 5-mile run with my dog, which is like one of my favorite things to do every single day. So why wouldn't I do it with my dog on my birthday? I love working out, so I kicked the day off with working out. Then I also got to spend time with my family and friends. Now, this is something I've always done on my birthday, and with or without alcohol, I think we all want to do this on our birthday, spend time with our family and friends. Well, I did this without alcohol, and it was even deeper connections, deeper time together. We actually remember the time we spent together instead of recounting, oh my God, I don't remember a thing, I'm so hungover, you know those times? I remember that I definitely had that time after my 21st birthday in London and after London for the next 5 to 10 years. Next thing is we went to a cabin in the woods. I love the outdoors. I love the mountains. And that's what we did. We went to a cabin in the woods that had a hot tub. I love hot tub. I spent a lot of time in the hot tub with my fiance, with my friends, and by myself throughout my birthday and birthday weekend. And it was on a river and with a hot tub. This is like my dream way to spend my birthday, is doing something that's rejuvenating like that. We saw wild turkeys, 7 wild turkeys walking by the hot tub. We saw elk and deer walking around near our cabin. This was an amazing way to spend my birthday. Next thing is, I already told you this, but I ate my favorite foods. And I ate them guilt-free because I wasn't adding 300 calories of beer on top of my favorite foods. I also played board games. Played my favorite board games with friends. And this is one of my favorite things to do in general, just playing games. And we spent the time doing it. Don't need to do anything necessarily special for your birthday. You just got to do what you want to do for your birthday. What do you enjoy doing? That's what you should be doing. Also, you know me, I like drinking sparkling water. So I drank sparkling water. And a beer and kombucha. This is how I celebrated with the drink. Remember other episodes and videos on my channel, I share about how you need to replace the ritual. So if you're used to the ritual of celebrating your birthday with a drink, you should celebrate your birthday with a drink, just a non-alcoholic drink. Maybe have some tea, maybe have one of these things. Maybe check out the video where I talk about the best substitutions for alcohol that you can integrate into your life. And the last one that I think all of us actually want when we're on vacation, we're celebrating our birthday, whatever, is I slept for 8 to 10 hours a night. This was amazing. I actually felt rejuvenated after the weekend because I slept 8 to 10 hours a night. Now, if you want to take your health to the next level, I have my 3 Pillars of Healthy Living guide. It is linked in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube, and it's linked in the show notes if you're listening to this as a podcast. You can also go to www.athletewithasthma.com/healthy-living-guide to grab your free copy today. You'll be able to read and start integrating this guide into your life in just a couple of minutes. The 3 pillars of healthy living being movement, tracking, and accountability. Now, I'm excited to hear how you spend your next birthday. What things do you do instead of drinking? Leave a comment below telling me what you do, and I'll see you in the next episode.